Imagine a submarine so powerful, so secret, that it could vanish beneath the ocean waves without a trace. The United States Navy has unveiled its latest superweapon, the Columbia-class submarine, a $9.5 billion to $10 billion marvel of engineering. This isn't just a vessel, it's a floating fortress, armed with nuclear power, cutting-edge stealth technology, and the uncanny ability to remain hidden beneath the deep for months on end. But why is the Navy investing billions in this underwater titan? And what makes it unlike anything the world has ever seen? Let's dive into the hidden depths of this colossal secret and uncover its mysteries. The Columbia-class submarine is huge. We're talking 560 feet long, which is almost twice the length of a football field. It can weigh 21,000 tons, making it the largest submarine ever built by the United States. For comparison, the Ohio-class submarines it's replacing were big, but this new submarine is even bigger and smarter. Its massive size hides incredible technology and a dangerous arsenal, ballistic, and nuclear missiles capable of hitting targets from thousands of miles away. But that's just the start. What makes it really insane is what's inside. The submarine can carry 155 crew members, all living comfortably with a dining hall, sleeping quarters, and even an outpatient clinic. Imagine a city underwater that can operate secretly for months at a time. Here's a question. How does a submarine this big stay invisible in the ocean? The answer is stealth technology. Yes, it sounds like science fiction, but the Columbia-class uses advanced tricks to avoid radar, sonar, and other detection systems. Its shape, materials, and even special coatings reduce the chance of being spotted by enemies. This is crucial because submarines are most dangerous when no one knows they're nearby. But stealth is not just about hiding, it's about survival. In a real battle, being seen could mean instant destruction. And the Columbia-class is designed to make sure that never happens. Next, let's talk power. This submarine is nuclear-powered, which means it can stay underwater for its entire life without needing to surface for fuel. That's right, its nuclear reactor lasts as long as the submarine itself. Most submarines need to refuel after 20 years, but this one? No refueling needed. This allows it to remain on missions for years at a time, silently patrolling the oceans, ready to respond instantly to threats anywhere in the world. That nuclear power core generates so much energy that it can run the submarine's systems, weapons, and life support for decades without stopping. Crazy, right? You might wonder, how did they even build something this massive? The answer involves a story of cutting-edge engineering and teamwork across multiple states. General Dynamics Electric Boat, the prime contractor, has been working on the Columbia-class for nearly a decade. They built 4 of the 6 massive supermodules in Quonset Point, Rhode Island, then transported them by barge to Groton, Connecticut. There, the pieces are assembled into one giant submarine inside a 200,000 square foot facility designed just for this project. Here's a fun visual. Imagine building a puzzle the size of a skyscraper, floating it down a river, and putting it together again without a single piece breaking. That's what these engineers are doing. The Columbia-class is not just big, it's smarter. Design work for this submarine is nearly 90% complete, which is almost twice as advanced as the Virginia-class submarines when they started. That means engineers know exactly how every pipe, wire, and weapon system will work before construction even finishes. Think about it. The Navy is planning to operate these submarines for over 40 years, so getting the design right is critical. Mistakes are not an option because once the submarine is in the ocean, repairs are not as simple as at a shipyard. Let's rewind a little. The Columbia-class program started as the Ohio Replacement Program, also called SSBNX. The goal was simple but massive. Replace the aging Ohio-class submarines with a fleet of 12 brand new, more powerful vessels. The first submarine, USS District of Columbia, SSBN 826, is set for delivery in 2027. The second, USS Wisconsin, SSBN 827, follows a few years later. Each boat is designed with 16 missile launch tubes. That's fewer than the Ohio class, which had 24, but don't be fooled, these missiles are modern, advanced, and deadlier. Plus, the new submarines are larger, meaning they carry more crew and more advanced systems than ever before. But what about cost? Here's a shocker. The Navy's budget for the Columbia-class is staggering. The first submarine alone costs about $15.2 billion, while the second comes in at $9.3 billion. The total program for all 12 submarines is projected at $126.4 billion. Why so expensive? Partly because the first submarine includes most of the design and engineering costs, which are huge. Another factor is the advanced nuclear fuel core that lasts the lifetime of the ship, saving years of midlife refueling. And remember, this is not just a military investment. It's a massive engineering feat that keeps thousands of workers employed and skilled over decades. Now, here's something that will blow your mind. The Columbia-class submarines are designed to be more than just missile carriers. They can perform intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance (ISR) missions. They can support special operations, gathering secret information from the depths of the ocean. Imagine a spy that's bigger than a battleship, invisible, and can stay underwater for months, gathering secrets without being detected. That's the level of technology we're talking about. And the stealth features are so advanced that enemies might never even know the submarine is nearby until it's too late. The construction schedule is also a story of tight timing and high stakes. The lead submarine's design and building schedule leaves almost no room for mistakes. Delays could push delivery dates back a year or more, affecting the entire program. That's why the Navy and General Dynamics are working around the clock to keep everything on track. In fact, Electric Boat plans to hire up to 18,000 additional workers over the next 10 years to meet deadlines. Every day counts when you're building a $10 billion weapon that's central to national security. But that's not all. The US and UK are working together on a common missile compartment. That means the missile section of the Columbia-class and the UK's Dreadnought-class submarines share the same design. It's modular, adaptable, and allows both nations to save billions while building cutting-edge submarines. Isn't it wild to think two of the most powerful navies on Earth are sharing submarine parts like Lego blocks? What's next? Well, the Columbia-class submarines will replace the Ohio-class one by one, starting in 2031. Each Ohio-class submarine that retires will be swapped out for a Columbia-class vessel. This ensures the US always has a strong, stealthy, and ready nuclear deterrent. And here's another open loop for you. With all this power, stealth, and technology, what could possibly happen if one of these submarines was discovered by an enemy? The Navy doesn't talk about it, but it's a question that keeps defense experts awake at night. But it's not just about missiles and stealth. Life on board these submarines is like living in a tiny underwater city. The crew eats, sleeps, and works inside a self-contained environment. There are dining rooms, medical clinics, and even recreational spaces. Imagine spending months underwater, surrounded by steel walls, with nothing but your crewmates and a mission to complete. The Columbia-class isn't just a weapon. It's a home, a lab, and a fortress all in one. The timeline of this program is intense. After delivery in 2027, the USS District of Columbia will go on its first patrol in 2031. The second submarine, USS Wisconsin, is planned for delivery in 2030, with the third and fourth following in the early 2030s. The Navy is making sure each new boat is built better and faster than the last, incorporating lessons learned from previous submarines. This ensures each vessel is state-of-the-art and capable of handling the world's toughest underwater missions. Let's talk construction again. Building a submarine like this isn't simple. Electric Boat and Huntington Ingalls Industries are the only US shipyards capable of creating nuclear-powered submarines. GDEB handles most of the work, around 78%, while HIINNS builds major modules like the bow, stern, and weapons sections. Hundreds of suppliers and research labs across the country provide the materials, electronics, and specialized components. Every pipe, wire, and panel is custom-made for this submarine. And if one tiny component fails, it could delay the entire project by months. The stakes are sky-high. Budget updates also keep the Navy on its toes. In 2024, the White House requested an extra $1.59 billion to keep construction on track. They also added $5.69 billion for Virginia-class submarines and workforce development. These numbers show how critical the Columbia-class program is. The Navy is willing to spend almost anything to make sure this top priority project doesn't fail. Finally, with stealth technology, nuclear power, and unprecedented size, the Columbia-class submarines are the ultimate secret weapons. But what else could these submarines do beyond patrols and missiles? Could they support secret missions in enemy waters? Could they carry new technology that's still classified? Nobody knows for sure, and that's exactly why these submarines are so fascinating. Every detail we do know is mind-blowing, but the secrets they carry under the waves might be even bigger. But while the Navy dominates the oceans, the US military is also using drones to tackle drug smugglers on land. Click over to the next video to see how drones are changing the fight against crime. What they can do might shock you.